Howdy everyone, I'm recording this video on March the 3rd, 2022, which just so happens to be the Nintendo Switch's 5th anniversary. It's already half a decade old. Good grief, feels like only yesterday. I remember back growing up when, especially in middle school years, those 3 years of my life went on for frickin' ever. And I was like always, just to wait up to any new game just felt like even longer. But today, Nintendo dropped a free demonstration of Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Forgotten Realm, Forgotten Land, sometimes I mix them up, but I'm pretty sure it's the Forgotten Land. You can see I got it on my Switch Lite, proof of that. Demo's available, in case you didn't already know. And I played the demo. It was only about a 30 to 40 minute demo. I got to play 2 stages and a boss fight. But from what I played, I really liked. I thought it was really fun. You know, I've always liked Kirby. I'm not like a Kirby super fan, but I mean, I like Kirby and Super Smash Brothers. One of my favorite NES games is Kirby's Adventure. I think that game is fantastic. And I played Kirby's Dream Land on the Game Boy. I haven't really played a lot of the newer Kirby games, even the ones on Switch, even though I've had them. Because again, while I like Kirby, just never really gotten around to playing a lot of them. But I love 3D platformers. Platformers are my favorite genre, and 3D platformers might even be my favorite of that genre. Specifically in recent years with just masterpieces like Super Mario Odyssey, and even going back further like Super Mario Galaxy, like games like that, just timeless classics. So Kirby and the Forgotten Land piqued my interest because it is a 3D platformer that from the trailer sort of had a bit of a Super Mario-esque gameplay style to it, but at the same time with it obviously Kirby twist with copy abilities. It's kind of funny playing this game after Super Mario Odyssey, because Super Mario Odyssey in a way took a page from Kirby and, you know, had Mario copy and possess a lot of monsters and inanimate objects and stuff like that. What's actually really funny is I had an idea for a Zelda game where you would do stuff like that, like half a decade before Super Mario Odyssey was released, and it was an idea I had that ended up being in a Mario game. I might do a video about it someday. But enough of my waffling, as Alex Oni of Nintendo Life would say. Let me dive right into what I thought of the demo. So right off the bat, the game play, at least surface level from the first stage, it feels a little more akin, more Super Mario 3D World, a little less Super Mario Odyssey, if you will. And what I mean by that is while the game's graphics and the game's like visual style and its view are three-dimensional, you do not have a 360 degree of the camera control, which was admittedly a little bit disappointing for me at first, just because I love having full 3D 360 degree camera control in my video games. Like, being so spoiled by like Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, and games like that. Like, going back to sort of a more fixed camera style with a 3D platformer game was a little bit of a disappointment initially. It's not a big deal because I actually really like Super Mario 3D World. However, by and large, the disappointment, if you can even really call it that, maybe that's not even the right word, ends there. Because honestly, like, in terms of like how it works with this style of game design, it works fine. Like, the game is open world-ish, but also relatively linear, at least so far. But overall, I just have to say, the core gameplay is a lot of fun. It feels like a mix between like Super Mario 3D World's gameplay, but also obviously with the Kirby spin, Kirby flair on it. There's a lot of the usual abilities from Kirby games where you suck up enemies and you get to like shoot ice or fire or use a sword, but then there's the one real game changer which I'm super excited about. It was easily, I think, the most fun I had with the demo was where you become like a giant car or you become a cone and you have to like use those during combat or solving puzzles, and that opens up a whole new realm of possibility that I think is going to make this game something really unique among Kirby games and really help it stand out, especially even from some of the more recent Super Mario games, such as Super Mario 3D World. The other thing I want to mention is this game, the graphics for this game, I think are absolutely just stunning. I think they're so colorful, whimsical, they're simple, but they're also so vibrant and detailed. And they just pops. They pop from the planet Popstar, as it were. The game's demo, obviously it's a platformer, which aren't really heavy on stories, which, I honestly don't mind. If I want a story game, I'll play an RPG or an action-adventure game or something like that. But, basically it just starts out, Kirby's looking up at the star, and there's this giant vortex sucking him into an alternate dimension, and you end up in this sort of crap saccharine, post-apocalyptic cityscape, although the city is still very colorful and vibrant despite being entirely abandoned except for several enemies. But all in all, so far I've really liked the demo. I think the controls are really tight and perfectly responsive. There's a lot of cool enemies, many of which we've seen before. A few brand new enemies that really make use of the new abilities, like having to possess a giant cone to destroy cracks in the floor or stuff like that to be able to hide. The one boss fight that the demo had, I really, really, really loved. You find just sort of this giant gorilla, sort of evil Donkey Kong-esque ape monster, and you're avoiding its attacks and basically attacking it after, counterattacking it after avoiding its attacks. And while the boss wasn't super hard, it was just so fun, and I could really tell the developers put a lot of effort into really making even the bosses as really pretty detailed for a Kirby game. And I enjoyed trying out some of the new abilities. Like I said, being able to use some of these abilities in a 3D space I thought was just awesome. Being able to use the ice ability against this giant gorilla boss was just great. Just great fun, all in all. That's really all I could sum up with the demo. It's just great, pure, simple Nintendo fun, and it's just joyous and, happy, and sometimes that's just what I want from a game, especially in this, current world and all that stuff. And I think this game is more than going to deliver on that. I had a tremendous time playing it. While I'm demonstrating with my Switch Lite, I played the demo on my Nintendo Switch with my Pro Controller, just my normal Switch. So yeah, I can't wait for this game. I have a hard time saying that it's going to be as good as Super Mario Odyssey in terms of platformers, just because Super Mario Odyssey was just really terrific. And that 360-degree camera control, man. But still, from what I played, I really liked, and I can't wait to play this game in its entirety when it comes out next month. If you haven't had a chance to play the demo, I'd highly recommend it. It's free, and it'll let you see what you think. Thanks for watching my video, and so long.